All right, parents, moms, dads, everywhere. This is something that is inevitable for you and your kids. Sometimes, eventually, they're going to bring home a bad report card. Well, Ben Schifrin with the Genesee School is here to talk to us about a little bit of advice and maybe to calm the nerves. And good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. It's glad to be back.
First things first, I think the first piece of advice, and I'm going out on a limb here, don't overreact.
That's true. Remember, a report card is only a snapshot of how a child's done in a certain period of time. And secondly, it's very subjective. You know, what an A is in one classroom is very different than what an A is in another classroom. So as a parent, don't overreact. Begin to understand.
What can parents do toward understanding? Because what a parent's perspective may be with this might differ from the students in the schools.
Absolutely. First off, the student usually can anticipate that they're not getting a great grade in a particular subject. Yes, absolutely they can. But I think what's more importantly is an open dialogue. You as a parent do not want to put the teacher on the defensive. You want to build, and I think this is critical, a partnership with the teacher. So if you want to go in and have a conference about your child's report card, what you want to do is approach a teacher something like, listen, I really want to see my child's grades improve. What can we do together to help my child move forward? And please, parents, look carefully at what consisted the poor grade. There could be many elements going on. Children that aren't motivated, for example, there could be a learning problem, and that's why they've given up or say it's too easy or they're not motivated. So there are many factors that parents need to look at when looking at a report card, and to remember that it is subjective.
And moving to that next step, if a parent comes to teacher and says, what can we do to improve, what can that teacher expect in return from that teacher and from that respective school?
You as a parent need to develop with the teacher open communication, that you're both on the same team. Even if you as a parent, and this happens a lot, feels the teacher was harsh on the child with the grade, was tough on the child with the grade, you don't want to put that teacher on a defensive. You want to build a partnership. So phrases like, let's work together, what can we do? But the teacher expects you as a parent to follow through your end of the bargain. For example, if you say, I'm going to make sure he does his homework every night, that's something, a commitment you as a parent have now made to that teacher and need to follow through.
All right, what about the onus of responsibility and accountability toward the student? Because they have a hand in this too.
They have the biggest hand.
Exactly.
Okay. I love when they say teachers gave me this grade, and I always turn to students, I say, no, that's the grade you've earned. The teacher didn't give out the grade, that's the grade you've earned. So students need to begin to take responsibility depending on the age much more. If a child's in high school, they need to become totally responsible, because really that's preparing them for life. Okay, completing projects, completing homework, doing things that they're preparing for life. Younger kids need much more parent support.
Now, in preparation for life, though, one report card does not mean you are destined for failure. It might just be a bump in the road, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's important to remember. And remember, it's only a quarter usually. I mean, if they get a bad report card in November, that's not saying they're going to have one in June. That's a wake-up call. Why do we give report cards to? To communicate to parents. But again, I want to say what's an A from you and an A from another teacher may be very different. That's why it's important for a parent to take an active role, develop a process with the teacher so that your child can thrive.
All right, Ben Schifrin with the Genesee School, thank you so much for the time
Always
today.
great to be here.
Always great to see you, sir. And great advice we'll have on our website, abc2news.com.